everybody get on and then we'll get started. Who will be first? You can't do that.
I didn't mean to.
No one's coming on. Where is everybody?
We're feeling lonely.
We're lonely without you. As soon as everybody gets on, we will get started. I hope everybody had a good week. We were on time tonight, and then everyone else was late. That's crazy. It's usually me that's late. But not tonight. I was not late tonight.
Awesome.
And we're going to give you like 5 minutes, and if you don't come on, we're outie.
If you guys hear that bubbling sound, that's him pouring his drink.
Nobody's coming home.
We're feeling so lonely. So lonely.
Solo. Oh, pulling the phone.
Somebody? It's there. I think so. Wait, somebody join?
Hmm?
Did somebody join?
Nope.
We're feeling...
Nobody's here. Oh, we got one.
Ooh, who is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't say.
Does it say nobody?
Whoever it was left.
Uh-oh. I guess they don't like us.
Guess not. If you're on right now, if you would please just throw up a comment, say hello so I'll know you're here.
And if somebody says hello everybody, gets a free hug. Well,
Now, how are you going to give them a free hug?
at CAPI campus they're fun.
Oh, Cappy can't.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a little bit. But I will remember. I always remember a CAPI hug. Did I just make up a hug?
You already made up that hug.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're just going to cut it off because nobody's coming on.
So sad.
So sad. Nobody wants to talk tonight. Oh, we have one.
Oh,
Michelle Heron. Hello, Michelle.
Hello. I'm in the
That was
back.
close. We were just fixing to shut her down.
Yep. Oh.
Is anybody else on besides Michelle?
Just to let you know I'm in the back. Just to say.
Hello. I hope everybody had a good week. Just in time then. That's right.
Yup, just in time.
Just in time.
Whoop, whoop.
It says there's 2 people on, so who's the other person on?
Yeah.
I won't know you're on until you say something in the comments. So if you could say hello or hi or hey like Michelle did. Hey Jenny Jacobs.
Jenny Jacobs.
How are you?
Hello. How are you doing today?
We're just waiting for everyone to come on and then we'll get started.
Yep.
Pop, 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 pop. We're going to talk some paranormal tonight, y'all.
And other stuff too,
Probably.
Probably. Okay. Even though that's what the whole show, the whole live is all about. Paranormal.
Awesome, Jenny. I'm glad you're doing great.
Why? Oh, shoot. How am I supposed to... What am I doing?
Where is everybody? Where's Beth? Where's John? Looking for my peeps. Sorry. I'm going to make sure everything stays in play here.
I thought they fixed it.
Thank you for sharing, Michelle. I appreciate that.
So
Yeah, anybody? Hey, Cora. There's Cora. Cora, you wasn't first again this time. Of course, slacking. She used to be first every time.
wow.
But we were well into the show before anyone came in this time. So, yes, thank you so much for sharing. Not sure where everybody is.
It almost fell. Daddy, this almost fell.
Paramama. Is Mama in there?
What?
Hey, will you go share?
Working on it.
Oh, thank you. I asked Paramama to share, and she said, working on it. She's always doing that. Apologies, currently camping right now, so there's a delay. I wished I was camping. I'm so jealous right now of you, Cora. I'm so jealous. I would love to be camping somewhere right now. We were supposed to camp last weekend for CAPI camp, but we didn't do it because of the heat.
Right now.
So
we're
now
at the
we're going to do
trailer.
it in September.
Right now we're at the trailer right now, bro.
Yeah, we're at home now. I wished I was camping right now. Hey, John. There's John. Better late than never. Just whenever you can, John. Don't worry about the timing or anything. Just whenever you feel like it. To share. Did y'all see the happy birthday stuff up here? We haven't taken it down yet. It was Dakota's birthday party today. And my multiple personality is here. Cool. All right, I think I got it all set now.
Awesome.
Let's see. We got one more person in and we'll get started. I usually like to start around when there's still at least 5 people in. Right now it says we have 4. So everybody that's in right now, say hello for me. Just type hello or hey or hi or whatever. John says happy birthday. Dakota.
Oh, thank you.
She said thank you, John. Yeah, if you're in right now, say hello. Thank you, Michelle. That's 1. I didn't say yes, we do. I said hello. There you go. What is yes, we do, Jenny? What did she ask? Do y'all do investigations? Yes, absolutely. That's the main thing we do. We do a lot of stuff, but we do investigations. So we just did one this weekend. We stay booked on investigations, Jenny. All right, that's 3 people in. Michelle, John, Jenny, I guess 4, because Cora's here too, but she has a delay. All right, cool. Okay, John. All right, let's start the prayer request. I usually like to try to get a little more in before now, but we'll go ahead and start that. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Also, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I know you're still here, Cora. I counted you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you'll know that, and put all, so you'll know when we're on, because we're going to be doing some more stuff later on. We're working on some new YouTube and TikTok stuff, and probably even a podcast coming up pretty soon. So we'll be getting that going pretty soon, hopefully. Let's see. I want to I want to continue to pray for our team, for Stephanie and Joey and their girls, for Beth and Tom. Beth and Tom was able to make it to the investigation last night, and that was awesome. Because they've been having some health issues that they've both been dealing with. So y'all keep them in your prayers. Continue to keep them in your prayers. I know we say it every week, but just continue to pray because they are getting better. Beth is a lot better than she was. She's still got a little ways to go, but she's a lot better than what she does. They both looked really great last night. Got around really great. Everything was awesome. It was a really boring investigation, but it was an awesome investigation because Beth and Tom were there, and I hadn't seen them in so long. And so please keep them in your prayers. Like I said, continue to keep Joey and Stephanie in your prayers with everything they're doing. Stephanie has a new job, and so they're still working out some stuff. Keep John and Michelle and their daughter in your prayers as well. Keep me and Michelle, or me and Paramama and Dakota in your prayers as well, and our family. Pretty much done with the move. Now we just got to start doing some cleanup on the old place and here. We're having an issue with our lawnmower. Our zero turn decided it didn't want to work anymore, so yeah, pray for us there because our pastures are turning into jungles really quick. It's getting bad, so we really need to fix our new lawnmower, or fix the lawnmower or get a new lawnmower. So y'all pray for that ability, that opportunity to come to us as well. Pray for me. I continue to battle some medical issues as well. And I think that's it as far as the team goes. I want to continue to pray for Lisa, Elizabeth, and two unspokens. And if you guys have any, oh, wait a minute. My friend Kay just found out that she has lung cancer. She started chemotherapy last week. Bless her heart. Lung cancer is no fun. No fun at all. I'm so sorry, y'all. My phone keeps trying to fall. I'm going to have to figure out something.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not you. It's just deciding it wants to fall. Plus the table keeps moving. Yeah, let's pray for, add Michelle's friend Kay on there as she starts her treatments for lung cancer. Why is my phone going dark? I'm going really dark right now, but yet it's on bright as it could go.
That's weird. Pretty weird. Okay. Think of it.
Yeah, I don't know how this phone's going to do, y'all. It just keeps wanting to go out on me. But yeah, so let's add Kay to the list as well. And if y'all have anybody else you want to put on the prayer list, just let us know. We will definitely add them to the prayer list.
Oh, that's so nice.
I said our family.
Okay.
Everyone please like and share. Yeah, I told them, I said, hit that like button and let everybody know that we're here. Absolutely. And share. I didn't say share. Absolutely. Thank you, John. So yeah, make sure you does that. And if like I said, if you want anybody wants to add to our prayer list that we do pray for, we do keep a list. Please put it up there, and we will add them to us to the list. If you do not want to put the prayer request on here publicly, you can send it to John. John's about to send you his email, and he's going to send you my email as well, aren't you, John? He's going to post mine in his email. You can send it to either one of our emails, and if you don't want to post your email, yep, there it is. John Bowen, jbowen.capi@gmail.com and jrushing.capi@gmail.com. So if you want to send them in privately, you can do that as well. Have I become that predictable? Yep, you are predictable. um, let's see. Upcoming events. We have CAPI Camp coming up in September. We do not have the dates pinned down just as yet. We will let everyone know before, or well before the time. That's still another couple months away. So, but we do have a CAPI Camp coming up in September. I think it's going to be at Mount Cheehaw. Um, and it's going to be in September. I'm not sure the date on September yet. We haven't kind of narrowed that down yet, but hopefully we'll be doing that very soon in September. If you guys have never been to a CAPI Camp, you definitely want to come. It is a lot of fun. We have a blast at CAPI Camp. We talk paranormal, we talk everyday life, we fellowship, we eat. We call it food, fun, fellowship because that's what we do is food, fun, and fellowship, and we learn too about the paranormal and investigating as such, and it's a lot of fun. So if you guys want to check that out, please just get up with John. He popped his email up there just a few moments ago. Y'all see it up there. It says jbowen, jbowen .cappy@gmail.com. That's jbowen, bowen .cappy@gmail.com. So if y'all want to hang out with us at CAPI Camp, if you like to camp like Cora is doing right now, that I wished I was, then just get up with John and he'll make that happen for you. I think that's it for upcoming events. We don't really have a whole bunch going on right now, except for investigations. We're booked through September, I think. I have to go look at the calendar again. Is the lighting going out for y'all too? Is it just me? It keeps getting like super dark. Like right now, it's really dark, and then it just lightens back up very slowly, and then it'll pop back out again. Is that happening to you guys as well, or is it just me? Hopefully, it's just me. Like right now, it's pretty bright, and it's bright in this room too. It's really bright in this room. That's why, pretty much why I came in here because it's got a bright light. So y'all just let me know. It's good for you, Michelle. Awesome. It's just me. Okay, good, 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 good. I was hoping it was just me. Yeah, just my screen just goes really, really dark. The lighting just goes way down, and then it just slowly comes back. And about the time it gets bright again is whenever it goes back out again. So yeah, that's crazy. All right, that's it for upcoming events. Like I said, we have several investigations. If you guys need us to come and investigate anywhere, just let us know. Again, you can text John or myself, or you can also text Beth. John, if you'll throw up Beth's email. I don't think she's here tonight. I haven't seen her and Tom on yet, or Stephanie and Joey. But thank you, John. That was fast. bharris.cappy@gmail.com. If you guys need us to come investigate, you just have some questions or concerns about the paranormal, then holler at Beth at bharris, bharris .cappy, CAPI, @gmail.com. And she will be more than happy to help you guys out with an investigation possibility. That's a process. We do use a process when we're doing our investigations. We don't just get a phone call, jump in a hearse with lights on it, and go raring down the road. Hope someone caught that reference. And then go trap the ghost in a big ghost trap. We don't do that. There is a process. We interview you, we vet you, we vet your area, your house. Um, yep, thank you, Michelle. That's it. And so it's a process. And Beth is our uh, case manager. She's the person that pretty much is in charge of everything when it comes to investigations. She's our client liaison. She's everything. A client may contact me, a client may contact John, but ultimately they're going to be sent to Beth, and that's what she does. John is our team manager. He does everything that needs to be done for the team. He's the team manager. He's the go-to guy. I'm like I said last week. I'm just a figurehead. I'm not really important. I don't do anything. I just kind of sit around and wave, and I've got my princess wave. That's all I do. That's it. That's the bulk of my existence within CAPI. Um, John is our team manager. He keeps everything running. Beth is our case manager. She keeps the clients happy. We have an amazing new. I think soon I'm gonna have to stop calling her new because she's been here a little while. But I still call her new though because she's in this position. She hasn't been in this position very long, so I can say that she's still our new media manager, which is Stephanie, and she's doing an amazing job. You guys go check out our social media pages on Facebook. One of them is Central Alabama Paranormal Investigations. The other one is Alabama Paranormal by Central Alabama Paranormal Investigations. It is really awesome. Both pages are really cool. You'll see, I try to post new stories up there at least 3 or 4 times a week. I was doing it every day, but my job changed at where I work. My full-time job, my title and heading and everything changed, and now I'm super busy, more busy than I used to be, and and plus not just that, but the move and everything's kind of got me behind. But I do still try to post at least 2 stories at a time every couple of days. I try my best, and sometimes like today I posted a little funny cartoon, So I mean it's just whatever. Just go check it out on both of our medias, Facebook pages. And people always ask, are you guys on Snapchat? Are you guys on Instagram? Are you guys on TikTok? Are you guys on, you know, all this different stuff? And I always tell them, no, we're not. We're on Facebook and YouTube. That's it. But the new media manager, as she is, she's brought in a lot more people to our pages. I think we're well over 4,000, almost 5,000 on our Alabama Paranormal page, and almost over 3,000, almost to 3,000 on our Central Alabama page. And she's about to attack YouTube too and take that into a different direction, and a whole bunch of different stuff coming up with that. She's also working on getting us a TikTok, and we're going to be doing some TikTok shows also. That'll be snippets of investigations. We may do some lives on there once we get to be where we're able to. Um, we may check into CLAP if that's a new um, platform as well. Um, so big things are happening for us as far as social media goes. I don't understand any of it. That's why I'm glad I got an awesome team. Um, so uh, I don't have to understand any of it. Ronald Reagan said one of the best quotes in the world: "I don't have to know everything. I just have to surround myself with people who do." And so that's what I did. Is I surrounded myself with people who do know everything, and they're very good at their jobs, and it just makes me look good. And I can just be the figurehead waving in the roofless car going down the parade. So, and I have an awesome equipment manager. Tom is our equipment manager. He's amazing at it. He knows the equipment inside and out. Cool. He knows everything there is to know about it, and he's awesome with the cameras, and he's an eagle eye when it comes to spotting stuff on the camera, and he's really amazing. Um, but I want to talk a little bit about something about that tonight on how to do your team, where to put people, where to place people, and then also about evidence. I've been getting a lot of questions about evidence and gathering evidence. What's a good way to gather evidence, and what's a not so good way to gather evidence? So I want to talk about that as well tonight. Um, I think that's it on bragging on my team and everything. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? Is everybody still here? Everybody say something. Uh-oh, I missed some guys and stuff, haven't you? That would be cool, though. Okay, seriously, misheard you. I heard you. I heard you have the clap. Mm-hmm. I was talking about a social media platform, the new one. No spirit boxes or diving rods. It's dowsing rods. Yeah, Michelle's here. I know you're still here, Michelle. But Yeah, I want to talk about team placement, um, membership placement on your team, who to put where, and 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 how to recognize how to put people in certain areas, and divining rod. Yeah, dowsing. I call them, they're not diving, but downing, divining and dowsing rods. Yeah, definitely not diving. Diving rod. Isn't that the old, like the reeds, the grass weed reeds that they would put in their mouths and go up under the water, and they'd breathe through them? That would be a diving rod. That's the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw rod, diving rod. But excuse me. But what do we want to do as far as placing people in positions? When you start building your team, and even after you've built your team, no, not a snorkel. I'm not talking about a snorkel. This is it's a long reed, um, not READ, but REED reed. It's a plant. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a long reed, and that they would special forces would go under the water and they would have those in their mouth, that reed in their mouth, and it would go straight up, and they could breathe through it. But I don't know what it was. But anyway, it's just what popped in my head. You never know what's going to pop in this dome of mine. But anyway, um, who do we put where and why? Um, what do you want to do as far as placing people? Now, whenever we first started getting some new people, some new blood on CAPI, and we started restructuring it and kind of building it in some areas and breaking it down in some other areas and doing some different things here and some different things there. And um, what we started doing is we started noticing different people and what they were doing within the team. We like with Beth, we actually had a another position in mind for Beth. She interviewed for another position, as a matter of fact, um, for the team, and we had seen ourselves going in a totally different direction. And with John, John was uh, team, or I think case manager or something. He was something. What was you first, John? You wasn't team manager at first. You was something else. And then after we saw what he did and how he did it, and his passion and his commitment and his dependability and all of that, we said we want to continue to use, yeah, case manager. That's right. John was our case manager when he first, not when he first started the team. He started the team, and then a little while afterwards, we was like, hey, you'd make a great case manager, and he did. He made an awesome case manager, and so that's what we did. Is we put him in that position. But after watching him for a little while, I was like, man, he would really be good to lead the team. I mean, he's doing a really good job. And so that's what we ultimately did, was we put him in that position to be um, our team manager. and uh, and it was actually kind of fast too. It wasn't. Um, we didn't wait around on it. As soon as we seen his abilities, same thing with Beth as our case manager. When we saw her organizational skills and her intelligence and her people skills and just everything about her, we were like, yeah, she would make an awesome case manager, and she has. Oh my gosh, she has been the best ever. And um, it's been. I couldn't. There's no way that I could ask for, dream, or even hope for anything better than um, than what I have as far as a team right now, with my team manager, my case manager, my social media, or my media manager, not social media, but my media manager, and my equipment manager, and my safety guy. I There's nothing that I could hope for, you know, that would make it any better. That I just have really great people in place. And how did that happen? Because we looked at where we was at. I'm gonna catch up now. Let's see, snorkel, lean towards your team strengths. Exactly. When you see a teammate that's doing something, and you recognize that teammate, whatever they're doing, you recognize that, hey, what they're doing and the way they're doing it would be great for this position right here. would be awesome for this position. And so let's utilize that. And that's what we did. And that's why we have what we have. You know, Mom Michelle says hello. Tell Mom Michelle hello. Um, and we did our best to put people in positions that they would thrive in, that we saw that they would thrive in. And then how did that come about? You know, it's not just me looking around and saying, okay, I'm gonna put you in this position, or I'm gonna put you in this position. You might try this position or something like that. That's not exactly how that works. As a matter of fact, the last person that we promoted into a position, I think the last couple of people actually, John and Beth, you know, said, hey, why don't we try them in this position? I think they would do really well. And I looked at it and I'm like, you're absolutely right. I think they would do awesome. I think it would be great to have them in that position. So that's what we did. We looked at what they're doing, their passion, and not just that, but knowing them in their everyday life, like what kind of job do they have, what kind of projects do they do, what kind of hobbies do they have, you know, what would be good in this, and this, you know, are they good at, you know, structurals and safety, sound and safety stuff and stuff, you know, and what would we put, you know, where would we put this person into this one, you know. I told Tom, our case manager, or not case manager, our equipment manager, not long ago that I wanted him in that position because of his organizational skills, and this I can take a messed up, just horrible, disorganized. Cool. Will you get me a paper towel, please? Disorganized case and just turn it into something awesome and organize it so that people, so that we don't lose stuff and stuff doesn't get left in investigations and any of that stuff. And he's a stickler for it, and it's good. That's the way we want it, and and that's what we want. That's we looked at those traits and those abilities, and we said, hey, that would be really good in this position. So that's what we did. So when you're building your team, look at the people. When you first start your team, get people that you know, and get people that you can trust, and that you can see where their abilities are, and how you can utilize those abilities and cash out on them too. And then that way you keep going with that, and it makes it so much easier when you're doing placement. Our safety and security manager is former military. Exactly, and that's the one John suggested. He saw his, you know, what he did and his abilities and everything, and he's like, you know, hey, this guy would be really good in this position. And everybody looked at it and we're like, yeah, definitely. And so our safety and our safety and security guy, like I said, is like John just said, is former military, and he's very, very disciplined and very safety conscious. And I mean, he's that kind of guy that'll spot stuff, you know, and really know how to go with it. And couldn't ask for a better safety and security guy. And so that's what you want. You want people on your team that you can put into this different positions and give them different roles to perform, so that I don't want to go on an investigation, and if I'm supposed to be concentrating on a certain area that we're doing or something like that, I don't want to have to also worry about safety, or I don't want to have to worry about the equipment, where the equipment is and who has it, and all that stuff. I have people in place for that, and that's why. Hey, Corey, welcome. Yeah, he just came on today. Dakota says, hey. I hope you're feeling better. Um, excuse me. So that's what you want to do. You're placing people in certain positions and role, and giving them tasks what they thrive at. You know, they lean those and utilize those, and that's what we did. And that's why we have such a great um, such a great team. I mean, it's I'm currently in bed. It's been all day. It's no fun. I'm sorry, buddy. And so that's what you want to do. Don't just put someone in a position because you're thinking like, well, everybody on this side over here has a position, but these three people, they don't really have positions. They're just investigators. Sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you just have an investigator. Okay, I'm the founder of the freaking team. Okay, I'm not really the boss. Beth is the boss, and John, and then John is too. But I have a title of boss, but I'm not really the boss. I'm just that figurehead. Remember that. Just that's it. That's me. I'm just that figurehead. I'm not even good looking, so it doesn't work so real great. So somebody didn't think when they put me in that position. I'm an investigator. That's what I do. I'm a very good paranormal investigator. That's my strength. I'm a very good investigator. Am I good at being a people person? Absolutely not. I don't have the patience, and I don't really like people that much. I like dead people and animals a lot more than I do people. So I love you, but so I'm an investigator. That's my strength. And sometimes that's what's going to be. You're going to have someone that says, hey, what kind of job can I do? And there's nothing wrong with telling them, you're already doing it. You're one of the best investigators that I have. That's what I need you to do, is to be an investigator. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? There's nothing wrong with being an investigator. That's really what everybody wants to be, right? That's the position that everybody wants. That's why they joined your team, or that's why they made their own team, is so that they can be an investigator. And that's the core of everything. So don't tell if you have someone that comes on that says, it sucks that all I'll do is investigate. You don't let me do this, and you're like, you're not important. You're great. You're very important to the team. You are an investigator. You are what we need. You're the reason why we're here. What you do is why we are here. So right now. So I'm sorry, phone keeps sliding. But so don't downplay that. Let them know that is because that's what we're doing is investigating. That's why we're there. Every position is important. Exact themselves or someone else by saying, well, they're just an investigator. Well, hey, investigating is what we do. If you're an investigator on a team, that's what we do. The best place to put Johnny on a team is not case manager. Okay, the best place to put Johnny on a team is not equipment manager. All right. The best place to put Johnny on a team is not team manager. The best place to put Johnny on a team is investigator. That's the best place to put him. That's where he is utilized very well. That's one of the few things that I can pat myself on the back on is I'm a very good investigator. Very good investigator. I've been doing this for a long time, a very long time. And so I'm an excellent investigator. And so that's where I thrive. I would not be a good case manager, I promise you. So that's where I thrive. And that's where I'm glad that that's my role on the team is to wave, smile, and investigate. And that's what I do. What?
I'm mixing up these.
We'll find it in a minute. Um, so that's what you want to do. You want to put those people in those positions where they will work best for the team, not for you, not for themselves, but for the team, because that's what the good of the team is what's important, because that's what people are going to see. People don't look at me and say, well, that's Johnny, and he just doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know. Well, people do that a lot, but he doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's just stupid. They're going to say CAPI is just bad. They're going to badmouth CAPI. If I portray myself in a negative way, that's going to reflect on my team, and that's going to reflect on John's team and Beth's team, because this isn't just my team, it's my team's team. And that's what people are going to reflect at as our team. All right. And yours too. If you're starting a team, if you're on a team, they're not going to look individually at you. They're going to look at your team. That's why integrity, credibility, all of that stuff is super. John Bowen losing his credibility. All right. That's not just him doing that, losing their integrity and their credibility. That's where it falls into. Okay, so keep that in mind. Whoever you do put in those positions, don't just put them in there and say go and throw them to the wolves. Watch them, work with them, learn from them as you teach them. I learn from my students when I do the class. I learn from my teammates. I learn something all the time. We had an incident last night that something happened, and it brought back a memory of another case that I was like, yeah, I should have thought about that, because this is another case did something similar to this, and we were able to debunk something. And so that you learn something all the time. And I hope I never stop learning. It would get really boring if I stopped learning about the paranormal while I'm doing it. Hey, Katie, long time no see. Hey, Insane Disappearances, welcome. Um, so study your people, know your teams, know your members, and put them in positions that will reflect their abilities the best. All right. Let them decide. Let their actions and their passion and their abilities decide their role. All right. Don't just do it because, well, I kind of like John a little better than I do Beth, so I'm gonna put him as team manager. And I like Tom a lot more than I like Joey, so I'm definitely gonna put him as equipment manager. It doesn't work that way, and they become your family. I mean, because that's the way CAPI is we're not team members, we're family members, and they become your family, and you're part of their lives and their personality and their personal experiences is part of what you experience as well. So hopefully you do like them and love them and grow into a family, but don't do that out of that. Do the family out of that. But as far as positions go, look at your strength. Look at your teammates' strengths and say, where would this person thrive? And if you put somebody in a position that they don't really thrive at, or they thrive at, but they would thrive much better over here, like we put John as case manager, and John was a great case manager for the time that he was case manager. He was really great, but he made a hell of a lot better team manager. And Beth made a hell of a lot better case manager. So if you have to swap people around or whatever, it's for the good of the team. It's nothing personal, it's definitely nothing personal. We didn't go to John and say, John, you really suck as a case manager, man. We're going to give you a shot at team manager. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have said, man, he's really screwing this thing up. That's pretty bad. We're looking pretty bad in front of the client right now because of him. I think I'll make him my team manager instead. It doesn't work that way. We just saw his passion, his ability, his commitment, his dependability, everything. We saw it, and we said, that's got to be our team manager right there because he's on it. And so that's why we did that. That's why we changed that. So if you see them in one position and they're doing really great, or if they're not doing so great, but you think they'll do better in this position, try it out, see what happens. Set them down, talk to them, say, hey, look, doing a great job, but we really think you ought to be over here doing this, and work it out and make it happen, and then see how they strive to leave them there. Thankfully, knock on wood, I've the positions that I've put people in, they've thrived in, and I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to go to them and say, yeah, I'm having second thoughts about this, So my team is my team, and my team is the reflection of our success in CAPI, 100%. I had nothing to do with it. The only thing I did was put people in places. That's it. I didn't have nothing to do with it. That's all my team. They're doing an awesome job, and I'm really beyond blessed to even know.
Our team is
Case manager's job. But that's awesome to hear that we have a case or an evidence manager, and we need an evidence manager. But I want to talk about case or evidence. I want to talk about evidence, not just about the evidence, but how do we collect evidence? And no, we're not going to talk about the spirit box. Everybody already knows about the spirit box. Spirit box is what the spirit box is. All right. Everybody already knows my views on it, and why I don't use it, all that stuff. So we're not even going to talk about that. We're actually about to know that you have teeth. What? Hey, Johnny has teeth. Wow. Ouch. I don't actually. They haven't come in yet. But I appreciate you pointing that out. That's awesome that you have teeth. They all picking on me, man. But y'all make me lose my train of thought now. See, John does on purpose. He says, let me test him. Okay, yeah, I see where you said that now. See, I need to stay on track and keep up with y'all's messages while y'all send them. It's hard to do and talk because unfortunately, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but while you're doing your messages, I don't see them. They don't pop up. It's just a blank screen. Well, it's not a blank screen. It's me. I'm seeing on my phone what you guys are seeing on your computer and laptops and phones or whatever. But I don't see the messages. I actually have to tap the screen to see. I can't wait till I actually can have them again. All right. So, like I said, we're not going to talk about the spirit box. We already know Johnny's opinion on the spirit box. The spirit box is the spirit box. It is a device that can possibly catch and facilitate a conversation, a verbal conversation between an investigator and a spirit or an entity. That is a possibility, but it's also a possibility that it's not the entity that you're talking to, and you're just being fed information. You're hearing what you want to hear. So that's also a possibility. So that's why I don't use them. All right. So we're not going to talk about that, anything like that. I'm just talking about evidence gathering and the equipment we use to do it as such. All right. When we're I talked about this last night at the investigation. Probably every piece of equipment that we have right now, we have some more equipment coming. And yes, Spirit Box is part of that equipment that's coming. What? Yes. I am purchasing, or the team is purchasing, hopefully. If the team doesn't purchase it, then I'm going to purchase it. Hopefully the team is. We're working on some. But speaking of that, I need to talk about that real quick. Let me take a break from this and let me talk to y'all about something. If you guys remember, a few years ago, we had an opportunity. Or you're hearing an ad from Crazy Bill's Fireworks. What? I don't get that one. But anyway, ah, are you hearing about? Oh, on the spirit box. I see what you're saying. Yeah, but see how he does me? He just throws my train of thought off so much. See this link that John just popped up there? Y'all, we'll come right back to that. A few years ago, if you guys remember, we announced it and even showed you guys the equipment and everything. But we had an opportunity to buy some equipment. About, I don't think I think we estimated it at around 6,000, $6,000 or $7,000 worth of equipment for like $500. And so we jumped on it. We bought the equipment, and it's been great. We have extra equipment now, and we had some extra literature and all this stuff that was really great. Um, an investigator had passed away, and his wife no longer wanted the equipment. His wife wasn't into it anymore after her husband, the investigator, passed away. So she got rid of the equipment, and we were able to buy the equipment from her. And it was an awesome deal, and we were able to work it out. Still use that equipment, still great. Our cases that we got from that deal was top notch. They're Pelican cases, they're amazing cases. A lot of the equipment that we use now we got from that. But we, a few weeks ago, um, it's been almost a couple months now actually. A couple months ago, we were um, introduced to another opportunity to receive some equipment that we don't already have, some more advanced equipment, stuff like REM pods and spirit boxes and monoculars and um, more stuff that we already have, more of that. A big cache of equipment. Just some really great stuff that I've wanted for a while. And I'm glad that we have this opportunity. Well, we have this opportunity to purchase this equipment for $600. Um, what my plan was to do was to purchase the equipment like I did the last time. I purchased the equipment, it became mine, and I use it for CAPI because I didn't own any equipment. The team owned some equipment, but I didn't have my own equipment, so I bought the the equipment personally. Well, this time that was my plans too. I sent the man a deposit on the $600 and for him to hold the equipment for us for a couple months while we tried to get up the money. My plan was for me to save the money and me purchase this equipment and just add it to my existing equipment, but still use it as CAPI equipment. And so that was my plan. Well, everybody knows we just moved to the big ranch here, and the move, the cleanup to the other place, the upkeep here, with all the animals, 32 acres, the everything. It's the upkeep is crazy. Um, we're poor people living on a rich man's land, so it's crazy. But so funds got low, got really low. I wasn't in position to do what I wanted to do, so um, I said, well, let's do this instead of going to the team who was also having financial, issues. So instead of going to them and saying, hey, you guys kick in like I did and let's get this equipment. I didn't do that. I said, no, let's find another way. So what we did was I popped up the link. Y'all see it on there. If you hit that link, it'll take you to his site that he is using to sell popcorn. Everybody loves the big tins of popcorn, right? And there's a bunch of other stuff on there too. That's not just popcorn. It's a lot of great stuff on there. The prices aren't super, super crazy. So, I mean, it's really great. But that is what we're doing to raise money so that the team can purchase this equipment before it gets sold to someone else. This is another case where it's about $2,000 or $3,000 worth of equipment that we can purchase for $600. That's it, just $600. I made a deposit of $100 on this stuff, so we now need $500. Everyone on the team, I think everyone on the team right now, I hope everyone on the team, I would hope that everyone on the team is doing it, but everyone on the team should have a site on their Facebook. If you'll go to their Facebook, and you'll see everybody that's on the team on the Facebook, on our Facebook, Alabama Paranormal, Central Alabama Paranormal, or you can just go to John's link. I don't care if John sells all the popcorn, that's fine. Beth, I know, has one. I have one. John has one. I think Stephanie has one. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. Excuse me. I hope she does. It would be very disheartening if someone on the team was not doing this. It really would. But hopefully everybody who's got one on the team, I'm sure they do. Just go to their Facebook, or you can even just go to the Central Alabama Paranormal Facebook page or the Alabama Paranormal Facebook page, because I think everybody that's done it has also posted their links on those pages. So you can go and find our links on there too. Just scroll down, you see picture of popcorn, and you'll see mine's on there, John's on there, Beth's on there, Stephanie's maybe on there. I don't know. I haven't seen hers yet, but it may be on there, and I just haven't seen it. Stop. Please stop leaning on the table. Thank you, baby. And uh, so just go in there. You guys patronize that. Get you some popcorn. The stuff is delicious. You get much more than just popcorn. There's a bunch of other stuff you can get on there too. Just help us raise some money. That's all we're trying to do, is just raise enough money to where we can get this equipment. And so it'll help out. It'll help out a lot. And that's what I want to talk about. Equipment to get um, evidence, to gather evidence. What do we use and how do we get it? Because that's been a question over the last couple of weeks that I've gotten from several different people. People have asked me, how do you get equipment like that? How do you get this? How do you get that? How do you do this? And there's so many different things that you can do. There's so many different things that we have done. When we first started CAPI, all of our equipment came from me. I went and bought everything. And so then I had to go to, it reminds me, I haven't ever heard of Moose, reminds you of that. But start doing something. So we started a team membership fee. Whenever you became a member, you had to pay us X amount of dollars, and then every month, everyone paid X amount of dollars to be a member of the team. It wasn't a permanent thing that we were doing. It was just so that we could get some equipment and so that we could get, supplies and stuff like that to keep the team going and keep our investigations as good. Excuse me. And then we branched off into other areas, like to the Chamber of Commerce and to the Historic Preservation Society and to CABA and to the pilgrimage in Selma and the cemetery renovation committee and all that stuff. And we started building things like ghost tours and haunted tours and all this stuff. Um, it really, really, really took off whenever we did that. Um, CAPI, there's our team. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's put up our team website. You can go there and hit click gear on there. Go to the website, which is capiparanormal.com/gear, and it'll take you to our website. But if you put /gear, it'll take you on our website straight to the gear, and it'll show you the stuff that we vetted and used and it deemed as, as it works. But we started getting big, and so we needed this equipment to be able to do what people wanted us to do. So we was this equipment. So that's the way that I gained funds to purchase equipment. Was first I was doing it by myself. I was just buying it as I could, and then I told the team, I said, y'all got to help me out. Y'all are benefiting from all this, all this investigations and everything, but I need some help to get us there. So we did a dues, if you would. And it worked. It did. We were able to purchase money or get money to purchase equipment, and it was great. It turned out really, really great. We were super proud of the way it turned out. And we had some really good equipment and stuff. For the time, we had some really, really good equipment. We still wanted some stuff that we couldn't afford, but that's fine. Every team has that. So then we did different. We went off and did different venues. We would do investigations here and here and here, and we wound up in Wetumpka and did the first year that we did their haunted history tour. They offered to pay us for our time and our assistance and everything, and we accepted that, which we never, ever do, but we wanted to get that equipment. So we were able to get much needed stuff like computers and more equipment, and I think we bought some audio supplies, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And so it worked out really great. Now, we continued to do that for several years without any monetary gain. We didn't ask for any money after that, because that's the only reason we did, was to get the equipment to continue doing what we were doing. So that's what you want to look at. I know I've preached on here a million times, probably 1,000,002 times, that if you accept money from your clients, then your reputation, your integrity, your credibility, everything is gone in the paranormal. So don't do it. Don't accept money. I have never accepted money from an individual client. I've never done that. Now, these venues that we help do shows for, and haunted history tours and ghost tours and stuff like that, a couple times we have accepted a monetary donation from them. And it's just to help out to get that equipment. And so, as long as that's not something you do every day, there's at least 2 teams out there right now in the state of Alabama, as a matter of fact, that's all they do, is they do different tours, and they charge a huge fee to come into it and be a part of it and stuff like that. I think they're murdering the paranormal, they're raping the paranormal. It's a horrible thing that they're doing. Because they're doing it as a profit situation. They're making a profit off of that. As a matter of fact, a couple of them on one team, that's what they do for a living. That's their job. That's how they survive. And that's how they gain money, is by doing that full time. And so, I'm sorry, I don't agree with it, but hey, whatever you got to do. I tell my clients, we actually have clients all the time that want to donate money to us or give us money for our services and stuff like that. And I tell them all the time, I'm sorry, I can't do that. We even recently had one say that, I'm going to have some money. I don't have money right now, but I'm going to have some money. And then when I do, I'm going to give you some money. I'm going to give you money for what you did, for me. And I told him, I said, well, the thing is now that you're a client, we can't actually accept that money from you. So, us accepting money from him as an individual client would go against everything we stand for. So we weren't able to do that. He says, well, I'll just give it to somebody else, then they can donate it to you, or something like that. I was just like, okay. But yeah, we don't accept any type of money like that. But unfortunately, to get this equipment that we have to do our research and to do our investigations and to do our job in the paranormal, we have to have money. It's not free stuff, and it seems that everything in the paranormal is super, super, super expensive, like digital recorders and cameras and DVR systems and everything that we want to do. The REM pods are super expensive. The K2s are super expensive. So I mean, everything that we need to do this form of research is very expensive. So do what you got to do to get the money to do everything that you got to do, short of charging your clients, to get that money to be able to get you to a point to where you can investigate. All right. And then once that happens, then you don't have to charge any money anymore. You can still do that. And then later on, if you need that again, do stuff like that. Get your team to help you out if they're in a position to do that. Get other organizations to help you out, like we did with the popcorn. That we're trying to raise money for with our popcorn to get this last $500 that we need to get this equipment, this amazing equipment for super cheap. And so that's what we're doing. We're not going out with cups and not begging people for money and asking clients for donations or anything like that. We're actually going out and working for it and selling our popcorn and hoping people buy it. And so if you guys want some popcorn, especially with the holidays coming up, definitely order some popcorn from either me, John, or Beth. There is a little contest going on. So whoever you like the best, if you want them to win, there's a super big prize. I'm not going to tell everybody because the team's watching and they'll know what the prize is, and I don't want them to know yet. But there's an awesome, awesome, awesome prize. Y'all just don't believe it. It's really cool. It's a really awesome prize. They're going to freak out, but it's a super, super cool prize that they're going to get. And me, John says me, but whoever sells the most popcorn in this contest or in this fund drive, in this fundraiser, whoever sells the most gets an amazing prize. They don't even know what it is. Nobody knows but me. And Paramama doesn't even know what it is. I'm the only one this time that knows the prize on this contest, and it's just for the team. And because they're selling, that's the one selling the popcorn. And so whoever sells the most popcorn, Beth is winning so far, I think. Is she really? I didn't know that. I haven't looked at it, but I'm internet thrived right now. I mean, not thrived, but suppressed. I don't have the internet. I don't have it right now. This is strictly off my phone that I'm doing this tonight. We're working on that. Hopefully by Tuesday we'll have internet and I can do more, at home I can't do anything outside of home. I have really crappy service, but anyway, woe is me, right? But yeah, that's cool. Beth is in the lead. That's cool. That is awesome. I hope I wished everyone could win, but they can't, unfortunately. But just one person, whoever sells the most popcorn, gets an amazing. They're going to freak out when they see it. Now, no one's going to know what it is until we see who sold the most during the drive. So, I'm not sure how long this is going on. I'll find out when Paramama, she set all this up. She's our finance manager. I'll find out from hers how long this is going to be going. I know it started Monday before last, I think, and that's going to go through a certain amount of time. But you guys go on there. John's already put the link up there. You can also find the link if you want to help Beth out to make her win. Go to her site. If you want to help me out to help me win, because I can even win this too. But if I win it, y'all don't. I mean, buy some popcorn for me so we can get the equipment. But I'm not really gonna get the prize if I win. So, but that is an incentive. I'm hoping that I'm telling the team, hey, if I win, then I win. But I'm not really going to get anything out of it. But if I win, then y'all don't win. So I'm incentive for them to sell more than me. So hopefully they won't. Hopefully I win. But anyway, whoever you want to help out to get this amazing prize, go help them out. John's already put his link on there. You can find Beth's on the site on our Facebook, Alabama Paranormal. Go and check that out and get hers off of there. Mine's also on there, so if you want to go help me out, do that as well. But don't do it just for the contest for the team, because everyone's going to benefit from the equipment anyway. Just do it so that you can help the team out. You guys say you love us so much, and I think you do. So y'all just go in there and help us out and get us to that goal of $500. The equipment was $600, and I already paid $100 on it a long time ago. when we first started doing it or talking about it. And so everybody help us out with that, please. It's a good way to get equipment. We need this equipment really bad, and this is a good way to do it. So technically, everybody on the teams wins. That's the goal. Everybody on the team wins, and our family, CAPI family too. Y'all win too because it's better equipment for us to do stuff with, and we're going to be doing our TikToks and stuff like that. Um, just hustle. Do what you got to do to get equipment. Just do what you got to do to get equipment. I'm getting a camera, a GoPro camera with a bunch of accessories to it. A nice GoPro Hero 8. Um, if you're familiar with GoPros, you know that the Hero 8 is an amazing camera, and I'm getting that for free, and I'm going to use it for the team, and because I'm doing a job for someone. I can't go into, but excuse me. Um, I'm getting that. I'm getting paid to do the job, but I'm also getting that as well. So um, just do what you got to do. Hustle, get your equipment, Make sure you get the good equipment. Like I said, John's already put the post up there, or the link up there, I'm sorry, to our website that goes. John's already put the link up there for our website with the gear. Go to the gear, look at that. I think if you click on that link that he's already put up there, John, would you throw that link up again for me? That'd be great. But if you click on that link, it'll take you straight to our website, straight to the gear section, to the equipment. And that's equipment that we've used and that we've vetted and that we recommend people use because it does its job. It does it very well. We wouldn't post it on there. That's it. Thank you. Thank you there, John. Just posted it up there. So you guys go to that link if you want to look at the different types of gear and equipment that you can get. All right. Um, so, yeah, please help us out on that fund drive. It's going to be going on for a little while, so y'all go check it out. Get some popcorn, get some gifts for your popcorn tins and candies and all that stuff that they sell there. Makes really good gifts. So y'all go get that and get you some gifts out there. Stock up for Christmas or whatever like that, or for the holidays. Whatever you want to do, just go get it. Go buy it. I don't care what you do with it. You can buy it and then throw it in the trash for all I care. Just buy it. I don't care. I'm just playing. I want you guys to enjoy it as well. You're not just helping us out, but getting some really cool, um, nice sweets and popcorns and stuff like that. So yeah, y'all go definitely go help us out. Help us raise $500. That's what we're trying to do. Raise 500 smackaroos. All right. So back to what we were talking about. That also gears into what we were talking about because that's another way to get equipment is to do a fund drive. There's some of them that won't let you. Hmm. There's some fund drives that won't let you if they find out you're paranormal. So don't share a whole bunch of information about yourself when you go in these little fund drives. But Johnny, that's deceitful. That's wrong. No, it's not. It's wrong for them not to allow you to do it because you're a paranormal group. That's what's wrong. So don't tell them. Just don't tell them. Tell them you're raising money for your social group or nonprofit or whatever. They don't have to know any of that other stuff. I don't say nonprofit because I think you have to have a form for that and everything, and that might be there may be something illegal about that, so don't do that. So just tell them you're doing a social group to help people out. Um, so that seems discriminatory. It is very much so. It really is, but it does. There are. I'm not going to name them. I've tried to do a couple of other fundraisers in the past, and they wouldn't let me. Whenever you have to put in what you are, what organization you are, and yeah, they wouldn't let us. And they said it was strictly they used different words for it and stuff like that. But yeah, it is discriminatory. But yeah, they think we're devil worshippers, so they won't let me do it. But anyway, so do what you got to do to get your equipment. All right, and y'all help us get our equipment too, please. So once you get this equipment, and I'm not going to go into each equipment because y'all know what we use. I've showed you a million times. Y'all know what other teams use. You've seen it a million times. But use that equipment. Get an equipment manager that will take care of the equipment. There's nothing more aggravating than losing equipment or equipment being broken or lost or whatever. That it sucks big time. I've had recorders go missing or get broken that had amazing pieces of evidence on them. So Get you an equipment manager that knows what they're doing, knows the different pieces of equipment, knows how to operate them and everything like that, and is willing to learn on stuff that they don't know how to operate too. So work, do that so that you'll have that that peace of mind that you're not only your equipment's taken care of, but your evidence gathering as well. So let me see. What kinds of evidence are valid for paranormal investigation? Okay, a nice bunch of devil worshippers. They are valid for person or paranormal investigation. Good question. Good question. Any evidence that cannot be explained naturally, whatever it may be, whether it be an EVP, whether it may be temperature variances, whether it may be video, audio, or I say EVP, technical evidence such as EMFs and K2 readings and stuff like that. Anything that you cannot explain away. I'm going to throw this in here, right here, because this is something that happened just last night. And I don't usually talk about investigations. I'm not going to tell you where it was or who it was, but I'm going to talk about this situation because it kind of goes into explaining this and goes into John's question as well. We had an investigation last night in out in the woods. I mean, when I say out in the woods, I mean out in the woods. You had back to my house, all this stuff, and way back there, and it was a very quiet little old farmhouse, and yeah, it was really awesome. And it's actually a house that I would love to live in. Actually, it wasn't a big mansion. Please stop. Okay, it wasn't a huge big mansion or anything like that. It was just a little farmhouse. It was awesome. A little brick house set in the middle of the woods. And it was awesome. The layout of it is you walk into the carport door. They didn't really use their front door. They used their carport door. So when you walk into their carport door, you into like a den. That den is adjacent to a hallway that is adjacent to the 3 bedrooms on the left side. On the right side of you coming in is our fireplace and a big den, which is adjacent to the next room, which is the kitchen, which is adjacent to the next room, which is a dining room, which is adjacent to the next room, which is a living room. And then it kind of went into a little circle back around to those bedrooms and in that hallway that bled into the foyer, which was the den. All right. The very back room, which would be at the end of that hallway to your right after you come into that door, or to the left coming out of the living room at the end of the house into that hallway. And the hallway is a bit of an L, an upside down L shape. And so there was a bedroom there at the end of that hall. There was a bedroom next to it, cornered wall that finished up hall, and then a bedroom down there. The room was at the far end of that hallway. The only thing that was in there was a dresser, just a couple of pieces of clothing in a closet. No one stayed in this room. The client's daughter stayed in that room until it was time for her to leave, until she grew up and left the nest. And she, and then there was a bed, an old clawfoot iron bed. I mean, super old. There was a little night table. At the end of that bed was a coffee table. There was a night table with a alarm clock on there, a digital alarm clock, and that was it. That's all that was in the room. So we put a camera in that room because there was some activity in that room. We put a camera in that room. We put a digital recorder in that room, and we put a K2 meter in that room. Now the K2 is the key. As soon as I laid the K2 on the bed, when we first started putting equipment out, as soon as I laid it on the bed, it started flashing up to orange, which is like around 15 to 18 milligauss. And it was staying steady. And it was at certain areas of the bed too. Like it was in one section of the left side of the bed, like someone was literally, and someone said this last night too, it is literally like someone was laying in the bed on that side, on the left side of that bed, and that you could read them by taking that K2 meter and going across that bed up and down. You could read them, but if you went on to the other side of the bed, you got no readings. If you went on to the very foot of the bed on that other opposite side, you got no readings. But if you came up and just did a motion like you're going up and down the body, head to toe to head, a body laying there, you would get a huge reading. And sometimes the readings would even hit over 22 milliglosses, which is crazy. And so, I mean, that's red lighting on there. If you guys are familiar with K2s, they have different lights for different degrees and different severities. And red lighting is over 22.2 milliglasses, which is huge. Or it could be as high as 25 to 28.0. And so, y'all, I'm climbing under this bed. The only thing under the bed was a old graduating stuffed puppy, the old puppies. They were usually dash hounds, and people could sign them when you graduated from school, and it had the little cap and gown on and all that. That was under there with a bunch of signatures on it that probably belonged to his daughter. There was a stuffed animal on the bed, which was a Dalmatian puppy with the big eyes. I even picked that puppy up and squeezed it from head to toe to see if there was any gadgets in there to make it talk or walk or play music or whatever. I even took that dog completely out of the room. Still, we're getting these huge hits all up and down this bed. I can't figure it out. I'm freaking out. There was a plug behind the bed, a plug in the wall about maybe a foot off the floor, centered to the headboard of this bed, the iron headboard. And I put the K2 on that plug and went side to side and nothing, up and down, nothing. But I'd go back up to the top of the bed and go up like I'm up to the that left side of the bed, like where someone would be laying on the left side, and boom, I'm hitting 22.2 milliglasses again. I'm red lighting. And so I'm like, I can't figure this out. I mean, there's no way a bed. I even asked the guy, I said, has this house ever been hit by lightning in this area of the house? And he said, not that I know of. His family, his grandfather and grandmother built the house, so it's always been in his family. The land's always been in their family. And I said, has it ever been hit by lightning? Maybe that's what this is, some residual EMFs that we're picking up here. And he's like, no, not that I don't remember anybody ever telling me it was hit by lightning and or having to be rebuilt or burned down or whatever. He said, this is the original house. And I said, okay. I said, well, and I couldn't figure this stuff out, guys. I mean, there was no source there. I even went up, because I've had instances where they've had power supply coils where they'd coil the rope, especially in the older houses, they'd take the wiring and coil it up and put it through the walls to go from, each room, each outlet, and then it would coil up into one section and go out to the power pole out of the house. I've even had that before, where it's usually in threshold, top or bottom, and you'd take your K2 and you'd hit 20 plus milliglasses. I even did that, nothing. Couldn't get it anything. So I'm like, I can't figure this out. There's no reason why this thing. I'm unplugging the alarm clock. I'm taking out toys. We even took the bed covers off and the sheets and everything off and looked to make sure there was no electric blankets in there. Because an electric blanket, if you plug it up for say 8-10 hours while you sleep and then you unplug it, even if you unplug it, it could hold a charge because of static electricity, and you could get a reading off of a K2, and I knew that. So I'm looking for an electric blanket. There was no electric blanket on there. There was 2 thin sheets, a quilt, and a comforter, and that's it. No wires on anything, nothing touching the bed. It was just crazy. I couldn't figure this stuff out, and then it happened. Beth, our case manager and investigator, she was in the room with me, made the comment, I wonder if it's the TV on the other side of this wall, where that bed was up against the wall in the bedroom. The opposite, if you would walk through that wall, you would walk into a television, a big screen television sitting on a platform, and to the right of that was a internet router that was plugged up and supplying internet to the home. She said, I wonder if it's from that TV on the other side of this wall. And I'm like, oh my God, that's got to be it. That's got to be it. So I walk around that L-shaped hallway there, walk around and then make a U-turn into that back room, which is, if you remember what I said, which was the living room. And I walk into there, and there's the TV sitting on the stand, and right next to it is the, I think a DVD player and a router, an internet router was right there. And so I went across the TV, nothing. I got to the router, and I was pegging. I was pegging red lights. I mean, it would stay there. It wasn't just popping up and going back and forth. It was staying red. So I'm hitting over 28 milliglasses, 28.2 milliglasses. Now, if anybody that doesn't know this, when it comes to EMFs, a normal outlet in your home is going to put out, if it puts out any, it's going to put out 0.2 milliglasses, 0.2 milliglasses of electromagnetic fields. So now, remember I said 0.2 is when this was putting out over 28.0. 28 in front of the point and then 0. I said, if this was the only device I could use to have internet in my home, I wouldn't have internet in my home. I said, this is way too high. You need to get it checked. I said, routers affect K2s before, but this was not just lighting up red and orange and yellow and blue and green and then red, orange, they were just all on, so that's way too much coming out of that one box. So I said, yeah, you need to get this checked. So we unplug it. He says, can we unplug it? I said, please, please, please unplug it. So he unplugs it. I go back over to it, no readings at all. We go back into the bedroom. I put the K2 exactly in the same spot on the bed, head to toe, toe to head, head to toe, toe to head. Nothing. No readings whatsoever. So there you go. We had a very weird anomaly there, that there was no possible way that many milliglosses were being registered from a bed that is not in any way attached to any type of electricity or any type of energy source or anything like that. Not possible to happen. But it was, and we couldn't figure it out. And because Beth said that, I went and checked it out, and yes, that's what it was. It didn't come from the TV, but it was coming from the router right next to the TV, and that was where the issue was. And so I should have thought about that because I've had that case, that incidents happened before, shows that almost burnt to the ground because of it. But I should have done that. So collecting evidence. Now, what if we would have just said, okay, this is crazy. We're getting this K2 reading, and we made notes of that in our log, our case log, and kept that as evidence, and we submitted that as evidence, and then we gave it to our client. And what if we did this? What would happen there? Well, one, we run the risk of his house burning down, and we should have told him, hey, this is safe. This mineral losses is this much energy coming from this device, certainly not safe. We had evidence that was really weird, unusual, and paranormal because it wasn't normal, but we would also had false evidence because we didn't try to naturalize what was going on. We didn't attempt to debunk that, to give a natural occurrence for that evidence. That's not what we do. We don't just go in, collect evidence. We go in, collect evidence, and then we try to debunk that evidence because we want it to be completely paranormal, not normal. Paranatural, not natural. That's what we want it to be. So we go back and we check. Beth has a brainstorm. Hey, it's the TV on the other side of the wall, possibly. Let's go check that out. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the TV on the side of the wall. It was the router next to the TV on the side of the wall, but it was right next to the TV, so she hit it head on. And so we're able to debunk that evidence. Several times during that night after that incident, several times, we would say, man, that bed thing really freaked me out. I wish we could have used that. I mean, that was great evidence. We were disappointed because it was something that was really, really evidence. So John's question was that in no way, natural next week, get the evidence you can get, however you can get it. All right, it doesn't matter. But make sure that it is unnatural evidence. In other words, you have tried everything in the world to naturalize before you submit evidence to your client, before you submit evidence to a CAPI, before you submit evidence to me, before you submit it to make sure it's real. All right, do everything. And you debunk something. That last night, I was excited about that evidence, but it was more to me great that I have a team that can do that can debunk that non-natural and naturalize that situation. That would, to me, that was motivation. Thank you so much. We had a slow start tonight. Didn't know if anyone was going to come on. Like I've always said, I'm doing this for everybody that's on here, but I'll do it for one too. I love you guys so much. I want you to do me a huge favor sometime this week. I don't care if it's a friend, family member, or someone you meet on the street. Make somebody smile tonight. That's exactly what we need the most of right now. I'm going to leave you guys with the final word. Have a paranormal week. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Good night.